Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we are going to be doing a Sunday reset, but this Sunday reset is amped up. It's Sunday Reset 2.0 because I am going on vacation in a week and a half. And as much fun as it is to go on vacation, leading up to the vacation, getting everything ready is a lot of work, and it can be really, really stressful. So that's kind of where I'm at. The second thing is that we have some house guests that will be staying in our home while we're away. Now, they're dear friends of ours, and we want their stay to be really comfortable. So there's lots of things that we're doing to get the house in shape. And not that they care, they don't, but it's just things that we want to get done in the house. So I think having people over is such a great motivator. I mean, it makes you do things that you should have been doing and do them quickly, right? So that's the way that I'm kind of looking at it. But nonetheless, all of this is really stressing me out. And I don't know, my head right now, it's like, woo, there's so many things, you know, just spinning around in my head. So I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. In addition to all of that, I need to shoot a second video because I'm going to be on vacation. Okay, let's get into the video and let's just take it step by step, hour by hour. I normally don't use, when I make my videos, I don't use a lot of special lighting, but when I do sit down videos, I do, obviously, because they're very up close, and if I don't, it makes me look like I'm exhausted when I'm really not, and it's not very flattering. It's not very flattering. So let's get these lights set up, which is really a pain in the butt, but it is well worth it, so we're gonna do it. I've got all this set up, and so now it's time for me to go on to this video and film the rest of my day. So this is check. We are in my bedroom and I gotta get some laundry done. My husband normally does laundry, but he is working on a really super big project right now that he needs to get done. So I gotta do it, but I'm gonna do it quickly. I'm just gonna sort clothes and get at least a load in because there's quite a bit. So let's get that done. I have no idea. All right, so the next thing I have to do is, I've been putting it off, is wash my makeup brushes. I try my best to wash them once a week-ish. I don't know, how often do you really wash your brushes? I wanna know. But I think I'm in the norm. But this week I'm going on to 2 weeks, and I can kind of tell when my skin starts to get a little aggravated. I start to get like little bumps on my skin, and I don't like that. So we're gonna wash the brushes. And it's not like it even takes that long to do. I mean, what is the big deal here? So let's get all the brushes washed. I feel like I have so many more important things to do, but I feel like it's just one of those things that's just bugging me. So let's get it done. laundry done. I did a few little odds and ends that felt really good. I'm starting to, I don't feel relaxed, but you know, you reach that point where you start to, like, everything falls into place and you realize, okay, you just have to start doing things, and once you start, you feel better. So I do. Got some laundry done, folded some of these clothes up, and now because I have so much laundry to do, it's not like I can let it sit on top of the machine because I need the space. So I've got to put it away. So let's put this away. That is all done. That wasn't that difficult. And oh, yeah, I was going to show you this. I bought this at Costco. I have a hard time. I never want to bust out with the iron in the morning if I need to iron something, and hopefully I never really have to, but it happens. And I have this little steamer that I got on Amazon for like 10 bucks, and it works okay. It doesn't press. It just sort of basically gets the minimal amount of wrinkles out so you don't look like a total bum. But so I got this at Costco. But it's kind of like, it's got like an iron head and it's a steamer at the same time. So if you want to iron things down, I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see. We'll see how it does. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can, I didn't even see this, but like you can treat it like an iron. So we'll see. We'll see. So the jury is out. That's something that I have to try, but not today. Not today. So move on to the next. So this little session here is uncurated, not scripted in terms of what this room looks like. So you know that I just set up earlier to be able to shoot a video, so that's why you see all the lights here. Over here you see a mess. These are some clothes that I'm getting ready. This is another video. I'm essentially working on 3 videos right now. This room is a mess and there's things that I tucked away, but this is real life, real life. So what I need to do is I need to put in a grocery order for pickup. And so I'm gonna do that now. And I don't really need a whole lot. So that was easy. So let's head on out because it's getting really late. Okay, let's go. I don't know. I don't know what to pick. They don't look that great. Palm tree here. This yucca plant here. I don't think it looks that good. Or yucca, or another ficus, but these definitely do not look very good, so that's not an option. I think I'm gonna hold. Yeah, I'm gonna hold. So let's go. Check out the lemon trees. I've now made it my mission. I should have left good enough alone, but I just couldn't do that. And so now I'm going into Target to try to find a nicer duvet, something that looks better than what I got, but we'll see. We'll find out. Let's check it out. So I went to Target and I got a much nicer duvet cover. It's gonna go really nicely with this art that I have that I'm gonna put up over the bed. I think it's all gonna blend and look nice together, so that was good. And then I headed over to get a pedicure. I was really looking forward to getting this pedicure, and it was closed. So bummed. I really needed to get that done. I wanted to do it now versus like the weekend before I go on vacation, just because I'm gonna be really busy. I'm just trying to knock out as many things as possible so that, I don't know, I just hate that weekend before it gets so crazy. So I'm kind of bummed. I'm gonna have to, maybe I can go tomorrow after work. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I needed to go to Trader Joe's. I did get groceries delivered and they already arrived, but there are some things here at Trader Joe's that I like, and I also want to get fresh flowers. I haven't had any fresh flowers in my kitchen for several weeks, and I don't know, they just make me, I don't know, they make me happy. It's so cheery to see them when I walk into the kitchen. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go home, start some food prep, and then I need to film one of my video. So let me go do that. Here's what I got delivered. Most of this I got delivered from Whole Foods, and then I picked up a few things at Trader Joe's, but I just put them all together so you could kind of see kind of what I do for the week. So I'll start with the produce and vegetables first to show you what I got. So first, I was craving apples. I have an apple tree. I have 2 apple trees, but they're not yielding any apples, so this is the rare time of the year where I do buy apples. So I got some of these apples. I got some of these cucumbers that I like to actually put in my smoothie. These are the mini cucumbers that I really like a lot. I got some shredded carrots for salad. I got some kale for my breakfast hash, broccolini, and I got some green onion. I don't know, I thought I had ordered some celery because I wanted to make a tuna salad. But I'll have to get that later. I then got some spring mix for salads. I like this simple, basic one, so I got some of that, some fresh garlic, and then I really like these micro greens, but I like the ones from Trader Joe's because you can't see it, but they have this cloth on the bottom that's, for whatever reason, it absorbs the moisture a lot better, so I love to put these on my salads. And then I got cucumbers for salads. And from Trader Joe's, I like their 3-pack of zucchini. I got some of that. And then I've been really loving strawberries, having strawberries in my salads and in my smoothies. So I got some of that. I did forget my blueberries, but oh well. Moving on to protein. We eat a lot of chicken. I grill it for salads and sometimes I'll make it for dinner. So I like to get these individual packs here of chicken. So I've got 3 packs of those, probably go through 2 packs this week, and then I always have a backup in the freezer. I got some ground chicken. I like to make like a little stir fry during the week, or some kind of like a spaghetti sauce or chili beans. And then I got some, I was craving steak, so I got a nice grass-fed ribeye steak here. And then I got some pork chops as well. And what else on the protein side? I, of course, got my eggs. I eat eggs most mornings. And then I don't eat tuna anymore. I'm just really concerned about mercury levels. So what I do instead is I buy this pink salmon, this Alaskan pink salmon. It's skinless, boneless, no salt added. It's in water. It's wild salmon. And honestly, you really wouldn't even know the difference. I put some celery, some green onion, and some mayonnaise, and it tastes just like tuna. So if you're concerned about mercury, I think this is a great option. So try that. And then I eat sprouted wheat. I don't eat wheat bread for the most part. I mean, I'm not fanatical about it, but I try my best not to have it. So I like this Alvarado Bakery sprouted wheat bread. And then I also love these. This is by the company called Chatty. They make all kinds of grain-free items, and this is made with cassava flour. I like these for breakfast burritos in the morning. And then at Trader Joe's, I really like these as a treat. These are the apple cider vinegar drinks, which are really nice. They have an apple cider vinegar taste, or they have apple cider in them. But this is like an elderberry pomegranate, which is nice. And then this is like a lemon strawberry apple cider vinegar. And then of course my coconut water that I use to put into my smoothies. And I did get some Ollie Pops, and I'm having one now. It's craving root beer. And then, because I've really been missing having fresh flowers, some hydrangeas, I think I'm gonna mix them with this. So I think that's gonna look really pretty. And then, what are these called? Alstroemeria. These seem like a basic flower, but they look really pretty when they bloom and they last forever. So you can like have these probably almost 2 weeks. You just switch out the water. So that's why I like them. It adds a nice burst of color in the house, in the kitchen. So that's everything that I got. So now I'm gonna put everything away and then I'm gonna start a little bit of food prep. I'm not gonna do a whole lot today, but I will try to get most of it done. So let me put this away and let's keep going. Now starts the game of Jenga. I was telling you that I went to Ikea to get a duvet cover and I ended up getting this one. I don't know if it's going to show up on the screen, but I ended up getting this one. And it really, I mean, I like the idea that it's cotton, that it's linen, but when I thought about it, it really is as basic as what you're seeing here. I just thought, you know, it's a little too basic. So I decided to go to Target because Target has really good stuff. And I found this one by the brand Threshold, their own brand. And I don't know if you can capture, but it's linen. This one is linen, but it's got like these flecks of like little gray lines that run through it. So it gives it a nice texture and it feels really, really nice. I think it just looks more interesting than just a plain like beige. So I thought this one is a little more interesting and will look much nicer with the direction that I'm going with our bedroom. So I think I'm going to keep this one and I'm going to return the other one. But I thought, oh, and I forgot to say, as you saw earlier, this setup back here is, I'm going to be filming a video later this evening. So I wanted to get it all set up. So it's a little crowded in here, but I wanted to share with you while I was in here. I thought, oh, I have some empties. Let me share those with you. So just a couple of things that are empty. Some of them I like and some of them I will be repurchasing and some of them it's like, they're okay. So first things first, this Naturium, this Glow Getter body wash. I've talked about this. Love, love, love. I love it because it's got oil in it. So if you're like me, after I shower, I put oil on my skin and then I put moisturizer. This cuts out that step. I love this stuff so, so much. So yes, I have repurchased and I will continue to repurchase this one. This Living Proof dry shampoo. Love, 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 love. It is pricey. I think this bottle was $49 and it is a lot. This lasted me probably 8 months. I don't use dry shampoo that often. I will wash my hair 2, sometimes 3 times a week. And typically I can go without having to use this before my next wash. On occasion where I can't, if I've worked out a lot, I might have to use this depending on what type of workout that I'm doing. But I really like this because one, I feel like a lot of times these dry shampoos tend to make your hair dirty or oily. And I feel like this one doesn't. It smells really nice. And I'm not gonna say that it doesn't have the white cast because it does. I think they all do, even though they say they don't, but I just like it. So I will continue to repurchase, and I have repurchased Naturium Fermented Camellia Cream Cleansing Oil. Would I buy this again? No, nothing was wrong with it. But honestly, I like the one that I use, the Garnier one. It's the Garnier hyaluronic acid one, which I think is better and you get more bang for the buck. I didn't really care for this one. And I like the balm. I like it being hard than versus a liquid. So it was okay, but it's not something I would repurchase. Coco and Eve. Coco and Eve, they're known really for their tanning, their self-tanning stuff, and they also do shampoo and conditioners, which are really, really great. The deep conditioners are fantastic, and I love those. I also purchased their shampoo and their conditioner. This is the conditioner that took me a little longer to use. It smells like coconut. It smells really nice. Would I buy it again? No, not because there was anything wrong with it, just because I'm really, really stuck on using the Redken. I forget the name of it, but it's the pink bottle. I love that hydrating shampoo so much. I can't really see buying anything else. I've been using that for the past year, and it took me a long time to go through this. So I would not repurchase it again, not because there's anything wrong with it. It's just not something that I would think about. So the Dermatology hyaluronic acid, you've heard me talk about this countless times. It's not that I don't love it. I just like the one that I get from Beauty Pie a lot better. I feel like it's more hydrating than this one, and this one is okay. I just bought 2 of these at Christmas time, and I'm just now getting around to finishing the second bottle up. Would I buy it again? No. But is there anything wrong with it? No. It's just not for me. So that's that. Of course, I've talked about this. You've seen this in my videos. This is the Beauty Pie Vitamin C, Super Dose C with tranexamic acid. I have no idea. But I know that I really like this one a lot, and I would buy it again. It's really inexpensive. It's a great product. I also like the one by Timeless Beauty. I think that's a really good one as well. So yes, I would purchase it again, and I have. So that's that. You've heard me talk about this. This is The Ordinary. I am not a believer in spending a lot of money on skincare. I will not buy La Mer moisturizer. I won't spend $200 for beauty products. I just think it's crazy. I just don't do that. And you can really, if you do your research, you can figure out how to get things really inexpensive. So one of the things that's really important for the skin is exfoliating. But my skin is very sensitive, and I can easily wreck my skin moisture barrier quickly. So I have to be really, really careful. I cannot use like BHA type exfoliators because my skin goes crazy, but I do need to exfoliate. So one of the things that I can use that's very gentle is this lactic acid. This is really fantastic. It gives me no problem. So if you have really super sensitive skin but you want to exfoliate, lactic acid is probably something that you could try. I'm not going to say you should, but you can try this. It probably will work for you. I use this not every morning. I use it 2 to 3 times a week, and it does the job, and it's gentle. The next thing that I use, and I've talked about this, is The Ordinary, and this is the niaminocide. Niaminocide is the 10%, and I used to suffer from rosacea, like really, really bad. And I started using this, and over time, my rosacea went away, and the texture of my skin really, really improved, and I'm a big believer in it. So I'm gonna just say one thing, because I know that I am potentially influencing you. Here's the thing about skincare. If you decide to buy this because you're suffering from rosacea, it's not going to work in a week. It's not going to work in a month. The thing about it is that you have to be consistent. So that means you've got to use it consistently, and you have to keep at it. You will start to see results. You will start to notice it in a month, but you'll really start to notice, and others will notice, in 3 months. And then in the 6th month, you'll feel like, wow, it's really changed your skin. But it's not going to change in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It really is going to, I would say, at the 3rd month mark. So just know that I'm influencing you potentially, but I'm being honest about the fact that it's not going to happen overnight. But I'm glad that I stuck with it, because now I've been using this for over 2, maybe 3 years now, and I don't even think about it anymore. I used to really be very self-conscious about my skin because it was really red. My pores were not too large, but along here, and I still have pores. I'm not saying that they diminish them entirely, but it really has changed the appearance of my skin. But that's because I am consistent. I use this every single night. Every night without fail. So they have 2 versions. I think they have one or 3 or 4%, and then there's this one at 10%. So you may want to start with the lighter version and work your way up. I didn't know any better and I just started with the 10, but I don't remember having any problems, but I'm just putting that warning out there. This is really inexpensive. This lactic acid I think is like $6, and this one, this niacinamide, I want to say it is either $9 or $12. I mean, really inexpensive. This one will last me 2 months because I don't use it every night. This one will last me 4 to 6 weeks because a little goes a long way. So love, have repurchased, will continue to repurchase. Next up is this Elta MD SPF 46. This is the UV clear. This stuff is amazing. It is pricey. I think this is $45. And sometimes, once in a while, I can find it at Walmart for like 21 bucks. I don't know why. And so I'll buy 2 of them. Would I purchase this again? Absolutely. To me, this is my holy grail. This e.l.f. I've talked about this, and e.l.f. Cosmetics. e.l.f. is just 10 out of 10. They're just knocking it out of the park. Again, along the lines of not having to spend a lot of money for moisturizer. This is a really nice basic one that I tend to use from spring through late fall. This one is nice because it's very light, but it's extremely hydrating. I really like how smooth and light it is, but I can feel my skin is really hydrated. I love this stuff. I would repurchase it. I have repurchased it. I have another bottle already in my beauty kit. And then the last thing that I have that I stumbled on, which was a really pleasant surprise, is this, I don't know if this is going to show, it is a Sally Hansen cuticle repair. And I bought this, I stumbled on it because I needed something and I thought, let me try it. And I'll tell you why I like this, because there's a ton of these out in the market. I have, so for example, I keep them at my desk. I have this one by Beauty Pie, right? And it's got all these exotic oils, but it's very liquidy, right? And so you put it on your hands and it kind of like, it doesn't really dry down. It's kind of wet. So if you put it on, you kind of have to like rub it in. And I don't know. I don't want to do that. This one is really nice. This one has the brush. It's like a brush applicator. And the consistency of this is more like think Vaseline, but a little bit more liquid and light. So you press it and then you brush on the gel onto your nails, and it's really thick. And so I like it because if you don't want to massage it in, you don't have to. You can just use this brush and you can see it and it's not going anywhere. It's just stuck on your cuticles. And I love this stuff. So I got this at Ulta. I want to say it was like $9, $9 or $10. And I am going to repurchase this again. This is really great. This is really nice to throw in your purse, to keep at your desk. So if you're like when I'm on a call sometimes and someone's just, I'm going on, I'll just take the time to like file my nails and put some cuticle cream on here. So those are all my empties. So I'm going to stop there. So here is my protein, and all I do is I add some olive oil to it. I've got about 2 packs of chicken here, and then I season it. I just do salt, pepper, and garlic powder, just because I could add all kinds of exotic seasonings, but the real basis for this is always going to be for a salad, and depending on what I put in the salad, I may not want loud flavors. So that's why I just season it with the basics. And I can always add herbs to my salad if I wanted it to be more herby. So I just try to keep it very simple. And I don't even put that much garlic powder. It's really just about the salt and the pepper. And then I just squish it around. I mean, there's really no other way around it. And then I'm like constantly washing my hands. That's why I don't like it. I open the package, I gotta wash my hands. I dispose of the package, I gotta wash my hands. It's like, that's why it's kind of not my favorite thing. And then I gotta disinfect my counter and I gotta wash my hands again. is just one of those things I really like to have. I mean, aside from all the nutritional benefits, I think it's also a nice alternative to rice. Not that I'm not a rice hater. It's just that sometimes, I don't know, sometimes rice feels a little heavy to me, and I really enjoy the taste of quinoa, so we're gonna do that. I'm waiting for that to boil. I've picked up, and now I'm gonna start, while I wait for that to boil, I'm gonna start chopping everything for my, veggie hash. You've seen me make this a gazillion times. You know me. You know that this is what I like to do. True story. You know how I learned to cut a pineapple? I actually learned when I was a young girl. My grandparents took us on a trip to all the islands in Hawaii. And so we, like for almost 2 weeks, we island hopped and spent like 3 or 4 days on each island. It was a pretty incredible trip. But at one of the hotels, it was a really nice hotel, I think on the island of Maui, they taught us how to cut pineapples. And I remember just being so fascinated by that lesson. And it's funny how it never left me, and it's so easy to do. I think everybody knows. Well, maybe not. Some people don't know. Some people buy that tool. Every time I see that, like that contraption to cut a pineapple, it always makes me laugh, because it's just like, why? It is so easy to do. And also, if you want it, you could take this and boil this, and it has, is it bromelain? That is really, really good for you, like a tea that you can drink. I'm not there yet. I mean, I can be kind of new agey in my approach to wellness and eating healthy, but I'm not quite there yet. I made my chicken, which is good for a few days for salads. I made my veggie hash, which is sweet potatoes, kale, red cabbage, zucchini, and mushrooms. I wish I would have had an onion, but I forgot onions at the grocery store, so I didn't have that. And then I used the green goddess dressing. I made some quinoa in the back. I chopped up my pineapple, and this pineapple is so delicious. I got this one at Costco. And then you saw me wash my strawberries. And then what I didn't show you is my salad greens. And what I do is that it used to be that when you bought salad greens, they would put radicchio. I like the taste of radicchio in there. They don't do that anymore. So I bought my own radicchio, and then I sliced it, chopped it up, and I kind of tossed it within my mix. So I've got that. I also have my spinach for my smoothies, and I also didn't show you my frozen fruits that I got, like my mango, my cherries, and peaches and stuff like that, to make smoothies in the morning. So I've got all of that covered. I've got all my eggs, more protein in the fridge. So I feel this just really calms me down, and it makes me feel really, really happy. So I'm going to put that away. I'm going to clean up the kitchen, and then I'm going to sit down to eat my dinner, and I'm going to show you what I made for dinner. So this is what I'm gonna have. Like I said, I'm not really that hungry, but I've only really had one meal today, and it's not normal, and I've been running around, and I'm already at like almost 10,000 steps. So sometimes when I'm really tired, I don't feel hungry. But I don't like to go to bed not having nutritious food. So this is a kale salad with some avocado. I had a few strawberries from last week that I wanted to eat up. And I don't know, I'm winding down. I've done quite a bit today, but I think it's time for me to wind down.